sometimes we have so many strengths, it's hard to know what to lead with. And I struggle with this, and I don't know if you struggle with this, but I know a lot of people who do. Not only is it, I'm 54, I have a lot of lived wisdom. I have a lot of experience. I've been a creative. I've done all kinds of jobs and stuff. So I have skills like nobody's business. They don't even fit on a resume, right? And I know so many people who, once they get into their 40s and their 50s, like they feel the same. And it's also reflected in my human design when you look at your centers. So I think about the centers as the energy centers, different flavors, different ways that I approach things, different angles. We all have them. We all have them all. There's 9 of them. But some of us have a lot more of them activated, meaning that they're strengths. And it gets confusing. I want to put everything into it. And it wasn't until I started studying the centers that I started to understand, oh my gosh, this is why I keep adding and adding and adding. And my mentor says, that's too much. You got to take something out. You're making it too fuzzy. I'm like, yes, but all of this is important. And so it's something that I had to learn to cope with. And I've worked with other people using their human design, and they've started noticing this too, even though it may not have been initially at the forefront of their mind. But once, like anything else, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And then they start thinking about doing things differently. And it shows up. I know that they are because I see it in their content, how they're talking about things. So that's really cool. And I see it in how people respond to their content. Whether it's somebody raising their hand, I want in, or it's no longer just, like a lot of times when on LinkedIn anyway, people give comments and they just snip a line from your content and just put it in there and say, blah, 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 and there's no original thought. And, there's everybody there for like the comment game where you're looking to get more visibility for your own post. So you go out and you comment on other people's things. There's nothing wrong with that because a lot of people actually comment on people's things that they enjoy reading. That's what I do. I switched over to that. I don't just comment for the sake of commenting anymore, but I do when I don't. I'm just picky about who I comment on. Maybe that's what the difference is. But there's also sometimes those people who just like, oh, great post. You can tell like you didn't have something that they really resonated with. And so when someone starts really honing in who they are, the comments change. People start telling more about themselves, their vulnerabilities, or what they're struggling with, or what they're working on, or even their stories of overcoming something. They are more meaningful comments. And oftentimes they have people who are like, I think I would like to get this. How do I get this? How do I learn more about it? And you start to see some of that too. And that's how you know that your content is really shifting on there. My own personal self, when I started really dialing in this, the other thing that I noticed, it was what a reliever. I rarely get pitched crap in my my DMs now. Most of that has been eliminated. I mean, sometimes I still get them, but before I used to get it a lot. And that just told me something about my content. When I put it out there, people are like, oh, this woman needs some help. And I probably did, but I didn't think that I did. I was like, I don't know, I'm confident. I don't need your help, but that's the vibe that I was giving off. Now I'm not giving that vibe off. My DMs are pretty clean. They're people who I have real meaningful relationships with. I actually like looking at the DMs where before I hated it. So that's just what can happen. So I want to share with you somebody that I worked with recently. And boy, if you end up having a chart that's kind of like this, whew, it feels like a lot. So I just want to share what this experience is, because then you can just bring it into your awareness and perhaps tackle it differently. So there's 9 centers. She has 8 of them activated, yet they are not all connected. So she has the throat connected to the ajna. She has the identity connected to the sacral. She has the spleen connected to the willpower or the heart. And she has the root connected to the solar plexus. Whew. It's like having 4 different voices in you. 4 different voices, all competing to have their say. I have two voices, and boy, does that feel hard enough. I have a split definition. So I have the ajna throat here, but I have almost all of this except for I do not have, let's see, I have this, I have these right here, and then I have all of these. I do not have the willpower, and they're all connected. So I have two voices. She has four, and I have experienced this two voice competing, and I can tell you that the mind always seemed to win out. Not anymore, because I've changed that. And my body normally wins out. Everything else, all these other energies, which are perfect for me. Because I don't know if you know this, like this is not where you really want to be making decisions. This is for coming up with things around the decision and voicing your decision, but it's not making your decision. These things down here, this is for making your decisions. This is where you lean into. And because you're going to have it's not about conceptualizing. It's about your identity, your purpose, your direction, what you have energy to do, how you feel about it, where your creativity lives, what's your drive, are you going to have burnout for it, your values. This is what you make your decisions off of. Now, she's got 3 voices in this decision-making process right here. She's got 4 total, but 3 that are in this. And so it really can feel like, which one do you listen to? But sectioning these out, now she can start to see the energy flows freely between each of these different 4 sections. She can purposely say in her mind, this is what I had to do. Mind, you got to sit over to the side. It's body's turn to say what it's going to say. And then you can come in and you can, so I have this thing that I say, and it goes, feels good, then makes sense. It always has to start with my body. Does it feel good? Does it feel right? Do I get a sense of things? I'm thinking about, does it feel like my identity? Do I have the energy to do this? Do I feel like I'm going to burn out? Is it kicking up fear? I'm pulling all of those things from like my nervous system and, all the other parts of my body. And once that feels like, okay, we're good, it feels good, then my mind can come in and start helping me strategize. So I always have this thing, feel good, makes sense. That's the order of which I do everything. But she's got all of these competing. So what she can do is look at each one of these and what's the energy I need to lead with? Is this about my identity or is it about birthing something? That's what I think about the solar plexus. It's like your emotions, your creativity, birthing something new, innovating something. So what's the thing that she can lead with and prioritize the different voices? Just being aware that you have these different voices within you can make a huge difference. And I just want to share, because I do a Loom video overview of the reports when I give them. And I just thought I would just share that, what our exchange in the comments there. She's like, yes, I feel that battle between the 4 centers, which often leads me to doing nothing because I'm exhausted from the confusion. So what a beautiful thing to be able to have this awareness around it where she already had the awareness, but now this can give language to it. It can give definition to it. It can give an organizational structure so that you can then figure out how you want to use it. And you know what part of your body that's really going to love that? And that is your mind. Your mind is going to be like, yes, it's organized. Now I know how to work with it. And so I just wanted to share, in case you are like this, it's not uncommon. If you feel like it's hard to get going to do something, it might be because you have multiple split definition. You have too many voices competing within you to move forward. And they all have their own idea of how to do this.